It's already in motion, and most people won't see it coming. On July 24th, the new moon arrives. But this isn't just another lunar phase. It's an energetic reset hidden in plain sight, a quiet shift that's already rearranging the path ahead. Most will treat tomorrow like any other day, unaware that a powerful turning point is quietly unfolding. They'll scroll past the signs, drown in distractions, and miss the shift that could have changed everything. But not you. You're here because your deeper awareness has already sensed that something rare is happening. Before this new moon reaches its peak, 9 clear symptoms will rise, 9 inner signals that your energy is being recalibrated. If you notice them, you'll step into this new phase, aligned and prepared. If you ignore them, it may pass you by. So stay with me. But first, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and type 3i3 in the comments. On July 24th, the moon aligns in Leo, a sign ruled by the sun, amplifying themes of identity, courage, and expression. This is not a passive alignment. It's a moment where the sun's radiant force and the moon's hidden power meet, creating a powerful reset for the weeks ahead. Ancient astrologers called Leo the heart of the zodiac, a realm linked to the Egyptian lion-headed goddess Sekhmet, who symbolized fierce truth and inner strength. This new moon carries that same energy, inviting you to rise above hesitation and step into your authentic light. Around this date, Mercury forms a soft connection with Jupiter, expanding perspective and inner clarity, while Venus moves through Cancer, highlighting emotional renewal and deeper self-value. These movements weave together, creating a portal of clarity, expression, and reconnection. This isn't a small lunar phase. It's a cosmic alignment designed to redirect your energy toward what's real and life-giving. Right now, there's a quiet shift weaving through the background of your days, an invisible turning point shaping what's ahead. The July 24th new moon in Leo isn't simply an astronomical event. It's a moment of recalibration that touches the deepest layers of who you are. This is a lunar alignment that stirs the heart of authenticity, clearing away what has grown heavy and amplifying the parts of you that are ready to shine. Leo is ruled by the sun, the great source of vitality, and in ancient astrology it was linked to Sekhmet, the lion-headed goddess of truth and restoration. This new moon carries that same energy, calling you to step away from the noise of old roles and stories. It's not about becoming someone new. It's about remembering the brilliance that's been waiting underneath everything you've outgrown. On a soul level, this alignment acts like a quiet upgrade to your inner light. Your energy reorganizes itself, making space for more clarity, courage, and creativity. You may notice shifts in how you connect with yourself, with others, and with what you truly want to build from here. These changes are gentle but undeniable, preparing you for a new cycle of expression and alignment. During this time, certain symptoms before the new moon can show up as indicators that this recalibration is already unfolding. They are not random disruptions, but clear signals that your inner world is syncing with the cosmic rhythm. Mercury's link to Jupiter expands perspective, bringing flashes of understanding you didn't expect, while Venus moving through Cancer softens the edges around your emotions, making room for healing and deeper self-value. The energy of July 24th isn't about rushing forward. It's about opening up space inside yourself so the next chapter can emerge naturally. It's an invitation to stand in your truth, without hesitation, to live from a place that feels more genuine, more present, and more alive. This is the alignment that prepares you for what comes next. The first symptoms appear quietly, almost blending into your everyday life. Yet, they carry a different tone than usual. There's a subtle wave of tiredness that doesn't quite match the rhythm of your routine. It's not the kind of exhaustion that comes from doing too much. It's the kind that asks you to pause, to give yourself more space than you normally would. This is your system recalibrating, making room for what the new moon in Leo is awakening within you. Another common shift is the way emotions surface more easily. Small things that you might usually overlook now carry more weight. Not to overwhelm you, but to show you what's been stored away without acknowledgement. These emotions rise like signals, guiding you to see what needs clearing so you can step into this next cycle lighter and more aligned. It's not a setback, it's a release, a necessary part of making space for something truer. There may also be moments of inner static, like your senses are sharpening in unexpected ways. Sounds seem louder, your mind feels more alert at unusual times, and it's as if your awareness is stretching beyond its usual limits. This is part of the upgrade process, the fine-tuning of your energy to match the shifts in the cosmic alignment. All of these changes are temporary, but purposeful. They're signs that your system is syncing with a larger rhythm, preparing you for the deeper clarity that follows this phase. It's not about fixing or resisting these symptoms, but allowing them to move through you, knowing they are proof of transformation already underway. The days leading into this lunar reset are a bridge. What surfaces now isn't here to disrupt you, but to clear the path ahead. Every wave of tiredness, every sudden rush of emotion, every shift in your awareness is part of the same process, a preparation for what the coming cycle is ready to unfold within you. It begins quietly, like a subtle rearranging of what you thought was stable inside you. Thoughts you've ignored for years suddenly rise with a sharper edge. Memories you've tucked away return in fragments, carrying emotions that don't fit neatly into the present moment. It's not here to punish you. It's an invitation to finally see what has been living in the background of your life, waiting for acknowledgement. This is what many call the meeting of the shadow self, the part of you that holds everything unspoken. It carries the disappointments you never expressed, the fears you tried to outgrow without fully understanding, the versions of yourself you rejected to survive. When a lunar phase like this one arrives, it doesn't create these truths. It only illuminates what was already there, asking if you're ready to see it with clearer eyes. On July 24th, the new moon in Leo pulls these inner layers closer to the surface. Leo, ruled by the sun, shines light not just on your strengths, but also on the places where you've dimmed yourself. It highlights the gap between who you are and who you thought you had to be. This is where shadow work begins, not by running from what's uncomfortable, but by holding it without judgment, letting it tell you what it needs. Psychologists like James Hollis describe the shadow as an unlived life, a collection of parts we abandon because they don't fit the roles we've learned to play. This lunar cycle invites you to reclaim those parts. It may come as moments of irritation that seem misplaced, waves of sadness that arrive without explanation, or a sudden clarity about patterns you can no longer ignore. Each moment is a mirror reflecting where healing is ready to begin. Working with the shadow isn't about fixing what's wrong. It's about integrating what's been forgotten. It's realizing that your darker emotions aren't flaws, but signals. They show you where you've been carrying weight that isn't truly yours, and in acknowledging them, their power softens. This phase isn't asking you to resolve everything at once. It's simply asking you to stop pretending the hidden parts of you don't exist. When you give them space, they stop controlling you from the background. They transform from obstacles into wisdom, from fear into clarity. Right now, the atmosphere carries a momentum that can't be ignored. It's like a quiet ignition sparking from within, stirring parts of you that have been waiting for the right moment to awaken. Your energy is reorganizing itself, almost as if your inner system is downloading new instructions for the next phase of your path. These shifts may come as waves of clarity, heightened awareness, or a sudden pull toward things that once seemed distant or unreachable. This new moon on July 24th in Leo acts like a cosmic key, unlocking layers of your own potential that were previously dormant. Leo's fire doesn't just illuminate, it activates. It calls you into confidence, into a brighter expression of who you are. Under this influence, your chakra system is being recharged. The solar plexus, The center of personal power sparks with new vitality, while the heart center expands, making it easier to embrace connection without self-protection holding you back. It's not subtle, it's a bold reawakening of your authentic frequency. Light codes, often described as streams of higher intelligence, are entering your field now, recalibrating the way you process both your inner world and the outer one. These aren't abstract concepts, they're shifts that subtly change how you perceive yourself, how you relate to others, and how you approach your purpose. A sharper intuition begins to emerge, and with it, a stronger sense of direction. Ideas that were once fragments suddenly connect, forming a clearer vision of where you're heading. For some, this transformation also brings a renewal of creativity. New projects, new ways of expressing yourself, or even forgotten passions, resurface with an energy that feels undeniable. It's as if the version of you that was hidden beneath obligations, doubts, or past limitations is finally stepping forward. This isn't about becoming someone new, it's about returning to the essence that was always there, now amplified and more fearless. You may also notice your body responding to this upgrade with subtle signals, tingling in the hands or crown area, a warmth in the spine, or shifts in appetite and focus, can all be indicators that your system is adjusting to higher frequencies. These changes are nothing to resist, they're part of your natural evolution. This lunar activation doesn't demand that you have everything figured out. Instead, it's opening space for you to meet yourself with more clarity, more power, and more trust. As this energy integrates, life begins to rearrange itself around the version of you that's stepping forward. Opportunities for growth appear naturally. Relationships shift toward deeper resonance, and the heaviness of past cycles loosens its grip, making room for momentum to build. What begins under this Leo moon is not fleeting. It's a spark that continues to unfold in the weeks ahead, layering confidence and insight in ways you can already sense forming. You're not being asked to chase, you're being invited to allow it, to recognize that the transformation is already in motion. A hum is building across the collective field, and it's reaching a point where it can no longer stay hidden beneath the noise of ordinary life. You might notice it through the way people suddenly change their minds, shift their paths, or reveal truths they've carried for years. It's not random, it's a synchronized recalibration that is touching every layer of existence, weaving through both the personal and the global with the same undeniable pull. When the new moon in Leo arrives on July 24th, it doesn't just ignite individual transformation, it radiates into the shared energy of humanity. Leo, ruled by the sun, carries a message of expression, authenticity, and creative leadership. Under this influence, collective masks begin to loosen. Systems built on fear, control, and silence tremble. As more people awaken to their inherent power, what was once tolerated suddenly feels impossible to continue. And as each individual steps into greater alignment with their truth, the entire grid of human consciousness begins to shift. This moon is working like a mirror, reflecting both the brilliance and the shadow of our shared story. For some, it highlights where unity is needed. For others, it exposes the illusions we've collectively agreed to for too long. Communities may experience sudden conversations about what truly matters. Collective priorities are changing, moving away from empty achievements and toward purpose, connection, and meaning. This isn't about a revolution of force, it's a revolution of energy. As this energy circulates globally, it also stirs within you a deeper awareness of your role in this awakening. Your choices, your thoughts, even your quiet moments of clarity, contribute to the greater whole. Humanity is not a collection of isolated beings, but a living network. Every time you release an old narrative, you lighten the collective story. Every time you embrace your authentic path, you silently give permission for others to do the same. This new moon shift also connects deeply with the Earth itself. You may notice more conversations emerging about the planet's healing, sustainability, and harmony with nature. It's as if the Earth is speaking louder through its rhythms, reminding us that the human journey is intertwined with her. Many will begin to feel drawn towards simpler living, toward practices that nourish rather than deplete. And as more people answer that call, A new template for the future starts forming, one built on collaboration rather than competition. Globally, this period may bring unexpected revelations in politics, culture, and technology. Truths that were hidden begin to surface because collective energy no longer supports what is inauthentic. The systems that remain rigid will find themselves under pressure to adapt. This isn't chaos, it's an energetic course correction. What doesn't resonate with the higher vibration being anchored now will naturally dissolve or transform. The July 24th moon amplifies the heart-centered nature of Leo. It pushes humanity toward a more open way of connecting, moving beyond transactional relationships into genuine resonance across communities. You'll see more focus on creativity, shared stories, and art as a way to heal and unify. Creativity will become a driving force for collective progress, and it will come from unexpected places. Ordinary people finding extraordinary ways to share their gifts. And it's not only about humanity. This moon's shift resonates with the unseen layers of existence too. It thins the distance between material and energetic worlds, making intuition sharper and synchronicities more visible. More people will begin to trust their inner guidance instead of waiting for external validation. When enough individuals start living from that place, the collective no longer moves from fear, it moves from clarity. These changes might seem subtle when looked at day by day, but they accumulate. What starts as small individual decisions, choosing honesty over comfort, choosing alignment over approval, becomes a global movement. It's like countless sparks coming together to create a fire that cannot be ignored. Humanity as a whole begins stepping into a new phase of evolution, and this moon marks a clear turning point in that process. You are part of this. The shifts you experience within yourself are not isolated. They ripple outward into the collective grid. Think of it like a network of light. Each time you activate more of your own truth, you illuminate part of the map for everyone else. And that's how this new chapter of collective awakening unfolds, through countless individual awakenings happening simultaneously. This is why it matters that you honor the changes stirring within you right now. It's not selfish to grow, to heal, to release. It's an offering to the whole. The more aligned you are with your higher self, the more you amplify the frequency of what humanity is becoming. And when enough people embody that light, the world's direction shifts, not through force, but through resonance. This awakening spreads like a quiet current moving through relationships, families, and entire communities. It's reshaping the way people connect, dissolving superficial ties, and strengthening bonds rooted in authenticity. You may notice more people stepping away from roles they've outgrown, leaving behind circles that no longer support their evolution. And yet, in this letting go, new connections begin to emerge, aligned, purposeful, and deeply resonant. What makes this shift powerful is how it bypasses the old structures of control. It doesn't need loud proclamations or forced change. Instead, it moves through inner transformation. As individuals align with their inner truth, the collective naturally reorganizes. Power is being redistributed, not in a way that creates division, but in a way that restores balance. Leadership will no longer be defined by status or influence, but by integrity, wisdom, and the ability to inspire collective growth. This is why July 24th's new moon feels like more than an astrological event. It's an activation of collective memory. It reminds humanity of its deeper purpose. Myths from ancient civilizations speak of times when humanity lived in harmony with the cosmic rhythm, when leaders were chosen, not for control, but for their ability to serve the greater good. This moon stirs that memory, encouraging a return to those principles. It asks us to step beyond the illusion of separation and remember that the individual and collective are one. You'll begin to see subtle reflections of this everywhere. Art, music, and storytelling will carry themes of awakening and unity. Social movements will emerge with more clarity and direction, guided not by fear, but by vision. Even technology will start to shift its focus toward connection rather than consumption. It's as if the collective consciousness is recalibrating its compass toward evolution instead of stagnation. And while this sounds expansive, it's deeply personal. It begins with the simplest acts, choosing truth over denial, listening to your intuition, honoring your own growth. These individual ripples become part of the larger wave of change. When you release your own limitations, you give silent permission for others to release theirs. When you embody your authentic light, it adds strength to the global resonance of awakening. This moon is also weaving a stronger connection between the physical and the unseen. Many will notice that their intuitive nudges become clearer, their inner guidance more direct. It's not a coincidence, it's a collective sharpening of awareness. Humanity is remembering how to listen beyond the noise, how to trust the signals that come from within. And as this inner listening becomes more widespread, external systems built on manipulation begin to lose their grip. In the months that follow, expect to witness collective pivots in priority. There will be a growing desire for collaboration over competition, healing over harm, wisdom over mindless advancement. This isn't instant, it's an unfolding, but the seed is planted now under this moon, and it will continue to grow through every decision we make as a collective. You're part of this unfolding story. The symptoms rising within you before the new moon aren't isolated, they're your body and spirit syncing with a much larger frequency upgrade. The more you lean into this change, the more you amplify it for the world. The shifts you embrace now will echo far beyond your personal life. They'll become part of the collective memory of this time. So trust what's rising. Trust the clarity that's emerging, even if it challenges what you once believed. Trust that the inner work you're doing is contributing to a greater alignment for humanity itself. This is not about one person saving the world. It's about countless individuals awakening one by one and together creating a reality that reflects the highest truth of who we are. This is the essence of collective ascension. It's not distant, it's not abstract. It's happening through you, through every moment of courage, every moment of truth, every step you take toward a higher way of being. And as the moon shifts on July 24th, it marks a threshold that we cross together, one heartbeat at a time. There is a reason this moment carries such weight for your soul. It's not only about witnessing cosmic movement, but about consciously stepping into it. The new moon invites alignment, but alignment is not passive. It requires intention, clarity, and action that speaks to the deeper layers of who you are. What you do now shapes the frequency you'll carry into the weeks ahead. Before July 24th arrives, prepare yourself like you're tuning an instrument. Begin by clearing what no longer serves you, not through force or judgment, but through recognition. Spend quiet time with yourself, letting your inner voice surface without distraction. Write down what no longer resonates, habits, relationships, or outdated beliefs, and release them with gratitude. This act is not simply symbolic, it creates space for the upgrades already moving toward you. Water carries a strong influence right now. Even the simplest ritual of holding your hands under running water and setting an intention of renewal activates a shift. Take a bath with herbs like rosemary or lavender and visualize your energy becoming lighter, more open to receive. This isn't about washing away the past, it's about strengthening your connection to what's coming next. When the night of the new moon arrives, create a moment of stillness for yourself. Light a single candle to anchor your focus. As the flame flickers, think of it as the spark of your inner power awaken. You can also work with grounding practices to balance the heightened activation. Place your bare feet on the earth, even for just a few minutes. Imagine yourself drawing strength upward from the ground, allowing it to merge with the cosmic frequencies descending through the moon's shift. In this balance of above and below, you become a bridge for transformation. Crystals hold amplified resonance under this lunation. Clear quartz can sharpen your clarity, while black tourmaline or smoky quartz can stabilize your energy if emotions rise unexpectedly. Hold them in your hands while meditating, or simply keep them close as you move through these days. Journaling becomes especially powerful now, not as a way to record events, but as a way to channel insight that might otherwise pass unnoticed. Write without overthinking. Allow your pen to flow, capturing thoughts, symbols, or fragments of awareness that arise. Later, when you read them back, you'll see the threads of guidance that were already present within you. Movement is also key to integration. Whether it's stretching, dancing, or walking slowly under the night sky, let your body shift gently with this energy. It keeps you open and fluid instead of holding on to unnecessary tension. Think of it as syncing your physical rhythm with the celestial rhythm above. Most importantly, create space for gratitude, not just for what you already have, but for the unseen blessings forming ahead. Gratitude recalibrates your field faster than any other emotion. Speak it, write it, or simply hold it quietly in your heart. This single act aligns you with the frequency of abundance and expansion. These practices are more than rituals. They're activations that awaken dormant layers of your awareness. They signal to the universe that you are ready, not only to receive, but to embody. And as you do, you'll notice that life begins responding in ways that are subtle, yet undeniable. When July 24th passes and the moon shifts into its new phase, the intentions you've anchored will continue unfold. Trust that what you've called in is already in motion, even if it doesn't appear immediately. Energy moves in spirals, not straight lines. It will return to you magnified in the right moment. This is your time to participate with presence, to integrate, not through overthinking, but through conscious action. The moon marks the threshold, but you are the one who steps across it. What you choose to honor now will echo through the coming cycle, guiding you toward the next layer of your evolution. As the energies weave through your life after this new moon, remember that integration is not about rushing to understand. It's about allowing the shifts to settle while staying intentional. One powerful way to anchor what you've called in is through sound. Play music that elevates your mood or chant a simple mantra repeatedly, letting the vibration move through your entire being. Sound bridges the gap between thought and embodiment, making your intentions resonate beyond the mind. You can also engage in a small act of offering. This doesn't have to be elaborate. Place a flower, a stone, or even a written note of gratitude somewhere meaningful. It symbolizes your willingness to be in harmony with the larger flow, to give back as much as you receive. These simple gestures create ripples that reach further than you realize. Finally, allow moments of silence, not empty silence, but a listening silence where insight naturally emerges. You'll recognize that the alignment you've cultivated isn't separate from your daily life. It becomes the rhythm that carries you forward. July 24th marks a turning point with this new moon, and your energy is already aligning with what's ahead. To anchor this shift, comment, "I rise with the new light below," and let it echo through this space. Pass this message forward to someone who is ready for their own awakening. May your path be clear, your heart steady, and your next steps illuminated with strength and grace.